It's Week 17 of the NFL, and our focus is on Kyle Pitts. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Commanders and the Chargers, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
Now from the so-called City Beautiful and home to the Madden studios, this is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League from Orlando, Florida. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
They've got a full half season since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from the City Beautiful.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he... 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Inside the 20.
And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out.
And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Harris running straight ahead. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
On first down, they run with Howard. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Back to throw here, Herbert. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
From the 41, this is second and a yard.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Herbert. Gets this complete to Shaheed.
First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Here's Herbert. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Play action. It's Herbert. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
You talk about this Washington defense.
Well, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
As the Commanders make their way out on offense, let's take a peek at the playoff picture in the NFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and It is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Freeman. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. On 1st, they go right back to Howard. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Here's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash, this from 53. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up, and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Washington ready to try again on offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Deion Henley there on the tackle. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Freeman.
Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll try the right side with Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And they run with Harris off the option.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Charger drive about to get going. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Howard up the middle. Down to about the 37.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Again, it's Howard. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
The give to Howard up the gut. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Herbert now. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now it's Herbert. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 13-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Herbert back to the air. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Thomas. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it fourth down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, it's still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
The tight end in motion right. They hand this off to Harris.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. Dances by him. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Freeman. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Commanders are once again back in front. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. I've been to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Herbert off of play action. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Howard. On the move past the 40. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Looking to throw. Herbert. They give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but they still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 97 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. And he's going to use his legs here. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Commanders are able to extend their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Chargers ready to take over.
And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A give to Howard. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
At the 40-yard line.
2nd and 1. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. From the gun on 3rd down. Freeman.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. Freeman looking middle, and that's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and that'll keep this a 9-point game. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, and it's the Eagles who are out in front. A.J. Brown, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're out to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter.
The Panthers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 127 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 19. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not I just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That is caught. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Harris, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Freeman. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The coverage good. The pressure good. Leads to the sack. And it's 3rd and goal now. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
Bates' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He leaves this one for Howard. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The Commanders' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He gets it to Thomas. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards the pickup, first down Washington.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On the delay, here's Harris. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's Herbert. He gets this complete to Shaheed. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Play action. It's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Barnett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They go with Howard again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2nd and 3. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back live to Orlando.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th.
For 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen, did not let him get downfield.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 2.
In motion goes the tight end. Operating from the gun, Freeman. And Thomas has it. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
An option handoff given to Harris.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Again, it's Harris. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Freeman. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up 4th down, 4th and goal.
Bates' kick is good,
and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
In motion, the tight end. Justin Herbert looking to pass. A short throw caught by Andrews. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Going right side here, and that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
Yeah, he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
They're going for it. This is Harris.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Freeman. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, They've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And that is no good. And that will keep this a 15-point game. Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 46. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Herbert. That's caught by Howard. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Herbert throwing again. That one complete to McConkey. They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. Here's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Herbert now. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go. 1st and goal. Throwing, Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Herbert to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Herbert going to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Washington offense back out there. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. One last throw here for Herbert. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the Commanders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Washington, they continue to show they'll be a tough out in the playoffs as they move to 14-2 on the year. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.